The final session of darts in 2024, and the last 3 spots are up for grabs to the PDC World Darts Championship quarter-finals. Wright, Aspinall, Dobey, Price and Ridds have all made it through to New Year's Day at the Palace, but who will join them? 3 more less, 16 ties to round off the darting year in style. We know who will be having a quiet night in tomorrow and who will be drowning as 2025 starts. For Bunting, Woodhouse, Van Gerwen and de Graaf, Littler and Joyce, destiny awaits. Some of them have been there before, for others there are new paths to tread. We've already had an afternoon of drama that will take some beating. Expect much more of the same tonight on talkSPORT. The action to start, 3 more crackers to come. I'm Mark Wilson, alongside 2 former PD stars in Chris Mason and Paul Nicholson, and, delighted to say, rejoining the team for one night only, it's TV's very own Abby Davis. Abby, are you well?
I am indeed, especially after this afternoon session.
Yeah, how have you enjoyed it then? Your debut here on commentary at the Palace on the TV, how's it gone?
Yeah, it's been really thrilling, actually. The action on this tournament has been bonkers, hasn't it? But one of the most joyous things for me is seeing breakthrough stars here at the World Championship. And Kevin Doots, we've all known, seeing him on the Euro Tour over the course of the year, that he has been the Neely man when it comes to qualifying for a number of major tournaments. But to see him produce what we have done away from the big TV cameras up on the biggest stage of all, that's been one of the biggest thrills for me. And Callan Ridds as well this afternoon with what he was able to produce. Yes, the 107 average, yes, the 105 average, they were superb. But for me, he proved more about where his game is today, having to come from behind, and I thought he was absolutely exceptional.
Yeah, he was. Beat Robert Owen by 4 sets to 3 earlier on. talkSPORT Tuners, we've been dubbing it recently, Nico. Callan Ridds is through, Chris Dobey's through. We've got Ryan Joyce in action. It's not been a bad day so far for those from the northeast.
Yeah, 2 down, 2 to go. So Callan Ridds is through, Chris Dobey's through. We just need Joycey to win tonight and the 2 to beat Man United. So not asking too much. But the most impressive thing about the first 2 minutes of this show, Mark, is that Abby Davis didn't mention Johnny Clayton or Gezi Price or even Robert Owen and his heroics.
Give it time, give it time. It's going to be here 2 minutes. Mace, we spoke to the Asp after his win. You can check that out on the talkSPORT YouTube, Darts YouTube page. As routine of victories you're going to get at this stage of a tournament.
Yeah, the irony of this afternoon's session is that the only player I thought might get pushed and potentially see an upset was Aspinall, and well, for whatever reason, Ricardo just didn't show up, and that can happen in our sport. We've seen it. Barry Anderson, of course, in this very tournament against Kevin Doots, who, credit to him in that match, Jeffrey de Graaf. That's what happens now in these tournaments, but I thought Doots pushed Dobey all the way and maybe, just maybe, could have nicked that one. And Robert Owen was, well, he's been tremendous, hasn't he? And what a story, what a fairy tale. Not quite the ending he wanted, but he far from shamed himself. He's secured his tour. 2025 looks a whole lot different than what it did a couple of weeks ago.
3 missed starts to go 3-0 up. Could have been an entirely different story.
Well, it's great when you've got 3,503 darts, isn't it? You know, it wasn't pleasant. It wasn't pleasant viewing, and it certainly wasn't pleasant to listen to. But that's the way it is now. But of course, we never mention bad things, do we?
Okay.
Apparently
well, we did this afternoon.
Apparently that's the tape the commentators never sort of...
Yeah, of course we do.
Yeah, it's what we do here.
Yeah, I thought it was very rough on Robert Owen, who actually took the day off his day job today just to rock up at the Palace in a bid to win 50,000 and a place in the quarterfinals. Wasn't to be, but we'll see him on the tour next year, which is the main thing from his point of view. 3 more cracking ties to come tonight then. Let's get the very latest odds with our friends at William Hill.
In the Zone on talkSPORT 2 with William Hill. 18+, gambleaware.org.
And a good evening to Lee Phelps. Lee, I hope you've had a great Christmas. I'm sure your colleagues in trading did when Luke Humphries got knocked out tonight.
They'll be all on a massive bonus.
Are you rooting for Ryan Joyce this evening or not?
Yeah, well, you're kind of in 2 camps, aren't you? Because you want the tournament to be as good as it possibly can be. But yeah, in a way, you know, if you're being really picky, you know, you want them to go a little bit further in because you kind of want a bit more out of, you know, these top players. But yeah, it was an amazing night last night. I mean, like the final dart went in, and I was straight on asking the traders, what are the prices now? And Luke Littler went odds on 10 to 11 to win the title. MBG second favourite 5 to 1, and then you got Gerwen Price at 9 to 1. Callan Ridds is now 10 to 1 fourth favourite to win the title. Chris Dobey 11s, Peter Wright 11s, Stephen Bunting, who's in the first match tonight, he's 12-1. So that it's, you know, look, odds on, you know, everyone thinks he's going to win it, don't they? But there's if you can get past Luke Littler, which I know is a lot, there's some value out there somewhere. Yeah, looking forward. I mean, it's been a tournament of shocks. I can't see any of the three tonight going that way. But then, who'd have thought some of these shocks would have happened in the early stages when the seeds went out, and then Luke Humphries going out last night? No one could have predicted that, could they?
Well, no. we had that session where there was 4 matches, the 3 seeds went out, didn't even win a set.
Yeah, it can happen.
It's incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I guess you get a bit further.
Sorry,
you get a bit further in like this, don't you? This is a you know, I think all these matches really, when you get to this stage, look, some of these players have played fantastically well to get here, and the way you guys have been talking about the likes of Callum Reid, brilliant, amazing comebacks and some great performances. But now you're on the bright light, big players. Stephen Bunting's 1-3 to win tonight. Look what Woodhouse is 23-10. I've done an ACCA or treble, and I've also picked out a couple of the interesting enhanced odds on some of these matches as well. For the Bunting Woodhouse match, I've gone handicap. I've gone minus 1.5 at 4-6. I don't mind that at all. But the one I like most in terms of a single bet is Bunting to win by 2 or more sets and to have the most 180s. That's enhanced from 11-8. Out to 7-4. It was 6-4 while I was waiting to come on air, and it's just been pushed out to 7-4. I don't mind that one at all in the Bunting Woodhouse match. But for the treble, I'm going minus 1.5 in the handicap. MVG versus De Graaf. This is a great example of De Graaf had an unbelievable tournament. But if MVG is right, and we're going to believe him that he only had 10% so far, and he's going to go through the gears, then he should win this one comfortably. 1-5 to do it. 7-2 De Graaf. Beat him 6-3, didn't he, in April, MVG. I'm going minus 2.5 on the handicap here. That's 10-11. Don't mind it as a single, to be fair, but put it in the treble. And then the final match of the night, that match with Littler and Ryan Joyce. I mean, you know, what a night for Ryan Joyce. He's 11-2 to win the match. Luke Littler is 1-9. Again, I'm going to chuck a handicap in, minus 2.5 at 4-7. That gives you a treble of 4-1. And the enhanced odds is Luke Littler to have a 9-dart finish in the match. Was 10-1, now 12-1. You wouldn't put it past him. We've also got a bet and get. So if you bet £5 on the darts tonight, you get a free £5 bet to spend on the darts this evening. It's evens or bigger. You've got to opt in, online only. So if you can do it on singles, you can do it on ACCAs. So if you want to have a £5 free bet tonight, make sure you get a £5 on one of those bets on the 3 matches tonight. Can't wait for it though, guys. Looking forward to listening to it all.
Yeah, brilliant stuff, Lee. Thank you as ever. Those were the very latest odds, all courtesy of William Hill. 18+, begambleaware.org.
In the Zone on talkSPORT 2 with William Hill. 18+, gambleaware.org.
Go on then, Mace, give us the good news. What have you gone for?
Yeah, I've gone Bunty to win and most 180s. I think it's been a courageous tournament for Woodhouse, but it ends this evening rather heavily. 180s this season for Bunty, 5.30, 3.15 Woodhouse. That's 10-11. The MVG De Graaf game, I think MVG wins, but I think De Graaf will put up some resistance. I think it's got 5 sets at least in it. Last time out against Nebreda, De Graaf had 8 180s and MVG had 10 against Dolan. So any mixture of 4-1, 4-2, the 180s should be covered. Over 11.5 is 8-11. And Littler against Joyce. Although the reason I've gone for this bet, which may seem strange, I think Joyce is going to push Littler hard. And if he gets on top of him early, he will bring out the best of Littler. And I've actually gone Littler match treble, most 180s finish and to win match, because I think Joyce will push him into that. The 180s ain't going to be an issue. Joyce is at 224 this season. Littler's at a couple more than that, 831.
Okay, steady away then. Abby, 3 warm favourites tonight. Which one of them would you be most concerned about getting through?
Do you know what? Not concerned, but I have to agree with Mace. I think that final game of the session, Luke Littler, Ryan Joyce. Ryan Joyce is finishing in this tournament up at around 53%. And I actually think if he had a more enjoyable throw to watch, we would be waxing lyrical about him more than we are at the moment. I think he's one of the most underrated players in the world of darts. And I think he can certainly take that all the way, if not get the better of Luke Littler tonight. So I do think that Luke Littler's in a spot of bother. But then you have to laugh because we're saying, oh, Luke Littler's looked a little bit vulnerable at times in this tournament. He throws in a set with a 141 average. He's averaging 99 for the tournament with 40% checkout success. So he is doing what Luke Humphries has done a lot and making really, really good stuff look pretty average because of what we expect from him. But I do think, yeah, Luke Littler may be in a spot of bother. And
this isn't just a one-off from Joyce. His seasonal finishing, if you include this year's Worlds, is up around 45% for the year. Okay. I mean, that's up there with the best. And as far as double 16 finishing goes, there is no one better.
Correct. Correct. Even Damon Heta, who was the best finisher in the world this year, he's only just ahead of Ryan Joyce. They are double 16. And one of the reasons why Damon Heta lost is because he didn't leave it enough. He was too busy trying to leave double 12, double top and double 10. If he'd been in double 16 region more, I think he might have had a better chance of winning. But Joyce is not deviating from the plan.
No, he plays a very simple game, and he's a 140 machine. Like literally, him and Clayton, like for 140s in this season, they're unrivaled.
I'll ask you the question I've just asked Abby. Which favourite do you think most in danger?
Incredibly, Littler.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about you, Nico?
I'd have to agree because I don't see any trouble for Bunting. I think Michael's going to put in a big performance, and I think Littler, if he doesn't get out the blocks, I think Joyce has already post-match after winning his last round match. He said, if he gives me shots, I'm going to hit them.
Yeah, it's good talk. I think De Graaf might put up a fight tonight. We'll see.
I think there will be some resistance from him, but I got a feeling. I mean, MVG, he's averaged 94, 85 and 97. And the 97 against Dolan, he hit 10 180s in. It's hardly shabby. If anyone else was doing that, we'd go, ooh, he's on fire. But because it's Michael, we're going, it's not very good. But
are we saying it's not very good, or are we just saying
it's not very good for him?
Is a problem with Van Gerwen, Abby, that we've gone from him being good. We're now used to him being good one day and not so good the day after. You're not quite sure, are you, what you're going to get?
Absolutely. I don't think we have ever watched MVG more likely to put in an average in the 80s, or as likely to put in an average in the 80s as he is over a ton.
That's a statistical fact, because that's what's been happening, and that's why he's been getting knocked out in tournaments.
And in this format as well, he's more likely to put in an 80-yard average set, which makes him vulnerable.
Okay, good stuff. Nico will be back for games 2 and 3 tonight. Abby will be over on talkSPORT with the updates and with the interviews as well. Lovely to see you again, Abby. We'll hear more from Abby throughout the night. We'll hear Nico later on. It's Mason, myself for the opening game of the night. Stephen Bunting against Luke Woodhouse. What a night of darts we have. It is the final 3 spots for the quarterfinals at the PDC World Darts Championship. Let's waste no time. Let's get down to the stage.
From the Alexandra Palace, London. This is the 4th round action of the Paddy Power World Darts Championship. It's all brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands joining us live and the millions joining us around the world, it's time to meet the players. Both from England. Firstly, would you please welcome a European Championship semi-finalist, taking part in his 4th World Championship, and into the 4th round for the very first. It's time to meet Luke Woodhouse. So go and do all the things that you want to do. So set me free, Luke
Woodhouse makes his way on the stage. Just has a look up at the big screen. Not a seat to be had. Everybody on their feet here at the Alexandra Palace. It is rocking. The final night of darts in 2024. Luke Woodhouse, former European Championship semi-finalist. Can he make the ladder stages here at the biggest tournament of all?
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Masters, 4 PDC titles, a World Championship semi-finalist, and a winner of the Lakeside. Ladies and gentlemen, the bullet, Stephen Bunting!
Brilliant. He met first. Bunty won that. Then Woodhouse won a game. And then Woodhouse has lost the last 9 on the spin. Now that is a kind of record. If you've got an on-off type record with the players, you win one, lose a couple, win a couple. You don't really remember it. When a guy's put it on you 9 times on the spin, not only are you aware, but the guy that's done it to you is more than aware and think, oh, I like playing this guy.
Well, that's what it is. 36-year-old Luke Woodhouse against the bullet, Stephen Bunting. The crowd are going Bunting mental already. He's not even chucked a dart in anger yet. You are listening to coverage of the PDC World Darts Championship with Village Hotels. Find rooms for as little as £49 in a big Village sale at villagehotels.com. Right. 6 appearances in the last 16 here at the Worlds for Stephen Bunting. Used to getting to this stage and beyond. Luke Woodhouse will have the throw. It's a race to 4. Winner will take on Peter Wright here on New Year's Day. The action is underway. It is a magical atmosphere here at the Palace tonight. Not a ticket to be had. You're in the best possible place, listening along on talkSPORT 2. You might be watching along on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. We welcome you and thank you for joining us. If you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do so now. And you can catch up with all our interviews. All the winners from tonight will be up there on the talkSPORT Darts page on YouTube this evening. And we're off and running. 3 legs needed to win a set. 4 sets to wrap up a spot against Peter Wright, who's played down his chance. Been one of the favourites. I've just got a quick at the odds. I'm a little bit late on this. Okay. How can Callan Ridge be a shorter price than Chris Dobey when they're both in the same half of the draw? Basically got to beat the same people to get through. I don't get that.
No, well, we had a talk about this earlier. I think they're prepared to take anybody on, excluding Littler.
Yeah, agree.
And they're not really looking into the pricing, or they're like, well, I think he's got a slightly better chance, but I think Dobey has a slightly better chance than Rids. Rids looked at times like a deer in headlights.
He had a bit of luck today, no
did.
doubt about it. If Robert Owen goes 3-0 up, that game for me ends 4-0 one way. Well, we'll never know. Here we are then, first leg. Woodhouse down to 116. Bunting, the number 8 seed, on 201. He's at the hockey now. Moves along to the middle of the hockey, and he's in the red bit.
And he'll know that he was due to face Luke Humphries, who was taken out in some style by an incredible performance from Peter Wright. So he's still got to keep his eye on the ball. You don't want to look too far ahead, but it's a different proposition, he will have thought, facing Peter Wright rather than Luke Humphries. I'm sure he mapped his route and thought, right, I got a big game in the quarters. He's got a big game tonight, don't get me wrong.
Woodhouse has just made a bit of a mess of 116, left 76, 101 Bunting. He's in the red bit. Pick your double, 9 for double 16 for a 101 breaker throw. The outside wire.
He's got some support in here tonight, hasn't he?
76.
Another reason why I think he'll be in the Premier League. It's all about numbers.
It is. And the number is double 8 for Woodhouse to win the opening leg. 2 darts. Slip by. And Bunting back for a break. He's looking at 2 16s. Again on the outside wire, but adjusts beautifully. And it is Bunting who takes the early advantage and an early breaker throw.
Yes, it's an early indication of the pressure Woodhouse is going to be under throughout this contest. Because once Bunty is, it's like a big old steam train, isn't he? Just got to build up a head of speed, and once he gets in the flow, he starts to produce some serious darts.
We saw him on the European Tour average over 117 earlier in the year. That's the type of numbers he's got in his locker.
Well, we always look at that, where is a player's ceiling, and his ceiling is right up there. And that was for an entire match, not like a three-leg set, to put it into some kind of perspective.
3-4-4, Bunting. Woodhouse at the hockey here. Chance if he can pick up some trebles. He's got treble 19. And again, lovely visit. Woodhouse beat Damon Heta in the last round.
Yeah, that was a big shot, because a lot of people fancied Heta. You know, he was another player being discussed in the Premier League chat. I'm not so sure now, but are we? Is the sport going to throw up yet another surprise, and someone gets in who we've not even thought about, like a Luke Woodhouse, like a Callum Ridds? Who knows?
Who knows?
All we will know after tonight is our quarter-final lineup, which is on New Year's Day. We will be with you throughout its entirety from 12:30.
Midday start just after. Once again, Woodhouse solid down the board. He is down to 89. Bunting, though, to consolidate the break, needs 104. Doesn't hit the treble. Can he come down and hit treble 16? No, he can't. So Woodhouse has engineered an opportunity here. Bunting's going for a walk here. He's not quite sure what to hit.
Yeah, he's just confirming 68 left, so could go treble 12 if he doesn't like the lie anywhere else. Does go treble 12, but doesn't hit it.
This will calm any Woodhouse nerves down. Treble 19. Oh, big three. That is a error. 86 remaining, so it's up the board now for treble 18. He can't find that either. That's twice when he's been on the setup. He's missed the big number he's been after.
That's just a bit of pressure. That is. He's the one that's not quite settled yet. Bunting's not fully settled. Finds tops back to back. 17 darters. Now they may be okay for now, but they won't be okay in probably 10 or 15 minutes when both players are settled and up to speed. So this is set one. Bunting leads 2-0.
Yeah. We'll hear from the winner of this one over on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page. All the interviews from all the winners and darts content from across the talkSPORT network, along with our live commentaries, and that's all thanks to the new Top Trumps Darts Legends game. Woodhouse, it's big one and just steps away from the hockey here. He's got to be careful about his work. He wants to get a leg on the board. He's obviously the underdog now to win this set on his own throw. He's just got to try and get his game going. If he needs to take his time, he's got to take his time.
Yeah, welcome along if you are joining us for the first time on our all-new talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and when we're not live, have a look around. There's loads of content on there. There's interviews in their entirety, some really interesting stuff. The players giving us a lot of their time. What you do see on your socials and what you listen to is just a mere snippet of what Nico, Abbey, Ian Danter actually do with the players.
Yeah, 1-2-1 Bunting. Woodhouse on 2-8. Is it 80? Would like another treble. Gets another treble, so he's down to 88. But Bunting for the set, he's looking at 1-2-1.
Yeah, he does go ball. 96 left. Double 18 to wrap it up. Beautiful.
Beautiful finish from the bullet, right on target. And the bullet is firing early doors here. Little Bunting is happy. He's dancing in the VIP area. Luke Woodhouse with plenty of food for thought as he makes his way off the stage. A punch of the air from Bunting. Peter Wright awaits on New Year's Day. And it's the bullet who has the early advantage. Leads in a race to 4. It's Bunting 1, Woodhouse 0.
talkSPORT 2.
Bunting strikes first in the opening game of the night here at the Alexandra. It's Bunting 1, Luke Woodhouse 0, race to 4 for a place in the quarterfinals on New Year's Day. Peter Wright awaits the winner of this one. Still to come tonight, Michael van Gerwen takes on the conqueror of Gary Anderson, Jeffrey de Graaf, and Luke Little, a runner-up here last year, takes on Ryan Joyce, who knocked out Ryan Searle in the last round. Two more crackers to come on the back of this one. Bunting with an early lead takes the opening set 3-0 against the Woodhouse throw. Woodhouse missed a couple of darts in the opening leg, but never got a sniff thereafter. Mark Wilson with Chris Mason, former PDC star, and the bullet, he's off.
Yeah, tidy enough first set, 60% on the doubles, 98 average to Luke's 91.67, and Luke was reduced to just 2 darts at a double in that leg, and they came in the second. It was 3 140s for Bunty, 1 for Woodhouse. No 180s to be seen so far, but all in all, that was just a bit of a settler, that set. Both players, no doubt, start to move through the gears as we move through the sets. What a wonderful atmosphere here at the beautiful old Ali Pali. It's absolutely to capacity, and it is roasting out there.
It is indeed. Over on talkSPORT tonight, Manchester United take on Newcastle. Been a good day already for the two winners in Chris Dobey and Cal. Another Geordie up as well later on tonight, and that will be Ryan Joyce, the outsider against Luke Little.
Can the Geordies do the quad?
Maybe. You wouldn't
That'd
bet
have been some
it.
bet today, wouldn't it?
It would. Stephen Bunting will have the throw at the start of the second set. Leads by 3-0, 1 set to 0. Luke Woodhouse just want to get a leg on the board as soon as he can. It's a big night for him. Chance to get to the quarterfinals. He made the recent European Championship semi-finals as well, which is progress for him.
If you do want to get in contact with myself or Abby or Nico or Dance when he returns on the 1st of Jan, you can do it a couple of ways via the talkSPORT X
account.
Yeah.
Well, there in the end.
Yeah, again, yeah.
Hashtag darts on the radio.
Yeah, hashtag darts on the radio.
Do you need winding up, mate?
No, I don't have an account, so I was trying to remember how you do it. If you are going to make comments on the YouTube channel, keep them clean, keep them simple. Why don't you get in or timed out or whatever they call it?
Bunting down to 321, 361 Woodhouse. Woodhouse at the hockey now. There's a buzz in the air in North London tonight.
100.
Backs up the 140 with a ton, down to 261 on the Bunty throw. Bunty 3-2-1 after 6. Started with a disastrous 40. Wouldn't have want that break to come, of course, because the last leg of the first set was his best, the 12-dart break and throw with a 1-2-1 checkout.
Yeah, they do have an impact, don't they? Just maybe give people a chance to regroup, or maybe hinder those that are on a bit of a roll.
Absolutely.
140.
If you're starting to buzz, you want to stay on. If you're finding it a bit tough, you actually relish the opportunity just to go backstage and reset. And there is the first max.
1-2-1 then for Woodhouse. Poor first for treble 17. You have to say he's pretty much a mile off. Does it treble 18, but Bunting on 44 on the back of that max. And this for a 4th successive leg. 12 for double 16, 12 hit, double 16 hit. He's not hanging around tonight, the bullet.
Yeah, and listen, he's beat some great players, Luke Woodhouse, but as you progress in this tournament, as a rule, the tests get sterner and sterner and sterner, and Bunty at the moment, well, as you say, he's number 8 in the world and climbing. He's number 8 in the world for a reason. Remember, he won the Masters. That's not even a ranking tournament.
Yes, that's not even included in his ranking at the moment. Although it will be a ranking next time if he wins it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's sold out yet, but it's at Milton Keynes, end of Jan. It's now a 4-day event. It's now the Winmau World Masters, and it will be a slightly different format than what people will be used to. It's best of 3 legs a set. That is cutthroat, savage.
Yeah, it is.
But great fun to watch.
Yeah, not so enjoyable when you're on the wrong end of it, I would imagine. Woodhouse on his own throw here. Nice visit, leaves the big fish. Used the board well there. He's left 170. He will be back. Bunting on 266. Welcome along on talkSPORT 2.
Yeah, we've had a couple of comments through the YouTube channel. Martin Herring actually had it on early on the way back from Bournemouth. Really good. Zara Durrant, amazing, because my TV isn't working. I can listen on there instead. There you go.
Jackpot.
And it's free.
Yeah, it is. Woodhouse here
96.
has left 74. 167 for and to break the Woodhouse throw. Shot not on, can't find the treble 20, will stay there, finds its second dart, now he'll come down and wires treble 17. So Woodhouse then for a hold of throw in his first leg in the match, 74.
Yeah, treble 14, doesn't get it. So 20 and tops, going to be one dart at tops, and it's a bit of a blocker. The flight's sat up, he's moved left, changes the angle. 54. Yeah, no surprise, slightly low, didn't quite get there.
70.
This is going to hurt.
Treble 18 isn't found. 20, no, 12 for tops. Mixing it up.
Are you surprised what happened with you?
Well, yeah,
I thought he would have gone the other way there.
He's been brilliant down the 16-8 area.
Yes. Double 10 then for Woodhouse. Nicely done. He's involved now on the scoreboard, and it's 1-1 in the second set. Bunting leads by a set to 0, and crucially Bunting has the throw in this next leg.
Yeah, to get that leg to rely on Bunty missing.
140.
Stephen needs 1 set to 0. It's 1-1 in set 2. He's not gone Bunting mental yet, but
60.
It's pretty good. He's averaging over a ton. And we're deep enough to talk about the numbers. Woodhouse ain't doing too much wrong, averaging 95, which is way up on his tournament numbers.
Yeah, Bunting looking for a treble, finds one with his last start. Down to 261, 441, a max behind them. Woodhouse just north of the target again. He's working away along that top wire. It's a well thrown ton, but only a ton.
For me, Woodhouse is, we just see Bunty bang in another max. Woodhouse reminds me a bit like Rids, really. You've got to resist that temptation to try or get down, or just let it flow. Just be you.
He's looking at single 19. Doesn't have to go the treble. He's hit treble 15. So he just has to tidy up for treble 10. He leaves double 8. He will be back for a 13 dart hold of throw. Woodhouse on 201 can do very little from here. Well, 140 gives him an outside chance, but again he's relying on Bunting missing.
And he hasn't been missing so far. He's missed double 8. He's missed double 4. And he misses double 2 on the wire. Wow. Shaking the head off Bunty, because that was unlike him so far. Certainly in this match.
Yeah, 61 then. Will he go the bulls up? Well, out of ball. He did. He's hit big 2, so it'll be 19 for a shot at tops. Hits the 19. Tops for a breaker throw in the lead set. He moves the wire, but he's the wrong side of it.
Yeah, puffs the cheeks. Knew that was an opportunity. Normally wouldn't expect one in that situation. Did only get 1 dart at the double. Bunty tidies up a 16 dart hold. Averaging 97.53 here, which is pretty much bang on his match average. Woodhouse against the throw. Specific set, or particular set, averaging 98. So he's picked his way. He's averaging 99 actually. He's picked his game up a bit. Even further.
Yeah, Woodhouse with a throw here. Had he have broken, had he managed to find that double, he'd have been thrown to level up the match. As it is, Bunting knows he's got 2 bites to the cherry here. Break a throw and he's 2-0 up. Or if he holds in the next leg, he's 2-0 up. So Bunting in control at the minute. Unless Woodhouse can just up the ante. Another head shake from Woodhouse, and you can already see signs of frustration. It's a big game, but it's a long game. He's got to be patient. It doesn't have to be won in the opening 2 sets.
No, well, how many times have we seen that happen this year?
100.
in this particular tournament alone, you've got to, you can't force it to arrive. You've just got to let it come.
Well, we saw it with Riccardo Pietrezco this afternoon. He started badly and it got worse and worse. And Woodhouse is in danger at the moment of letting his feelings overcome him. And 30 scored there. He's 55 behind, and Bunting's at the board now. And this is on the Woodhouse throw.
Yeah, Bunting's found a treble 20, leaving loads of room. Is he going to fill it for a third time?
Well, it was almost a trademark Bunting 180, where he starts right in the right-hand side of the bed and works his way along right to left.
Yeah, old school stuff. You had to do that back in the day because there wasn't room to do it any other way. They hit them vertically nowadays. Well, they hit them on pin edge. It's like most of the time when they hit a max, you get another 12 in there.
Yeah, 1-2-1. Already hit this today. Treble 20 leaves double 18. Is it darting deja vu? Not quite. Misses a set dart, but he knows he'll be back for double 18.
Oh, just when you think it can't get any worse, a Robin Hood for Luke Woodhouse. Double 18 for the set.
And he'll be back should he miss it. So Bunting then here for a 2-0 lead, live on talkSPORT 2. And he finds it. No big show of emotion and puff of the cheeks from Luke Woodhouse. Not the start he would have been wanting. Bunting is already halfway there. 2 of the 4 sets he needs. Peter Wright waits on New Year's Day, the 2-time former champion of the world. Stephen Bunting has got his eyes on a first title. He leads Luke Woodhouse by 2-0.
talkSPORT 2, official broadcast partner.
Stephen Bunting leads Luke Woodhouse by 2-0. A place in the quarterfinals here on New Year's Day. You'll hear all 4 of those quarterfinals live across 2 sessions from 12:30 on New Year's Day, live and exclusive on talkSPORT 2. Then semi-finals, they'll be live on Thursday night, live on, and the final also on Friday night, live and exclusive on talkSPORT. If you've got the talkSPORT app, you need to fear not. You'll not miss any. You might be listening to the football in between sets as well. That's over on talkSPORT 1 tonight. Manchester United and Newcastle. I know some of the fans at Old Trafford have got the app on. They're listening to us as well. They might be watching on the YouTube as well. The talkSPORT Darts page. You are listening to coverage of the PDC World Darts Championship with Village Hotels. Find rooms for as little as £49 in the Big Village sale at villagehotels.com. Mark Wilson with Chris Mason.
Yeah, it might be nice there. A little break after Christmas.
All right.
Round of golf. The food's great. Watch a bit of sport. All for 49 quid.
Yeah, bargain.
Well, Bunting.
Are you playing?
Yeah, of course I am. Minted, didn't I? Bunting here playing to type. His set average there, 101.59. His match average just over 100. Better than his first set, which was impressive enough anyway. 98.02 in the first set. Winning legs there of 14, 16 and 13. And couple of 180s in the set, and he's starting to move through the gears. And my big concern here, of course, is there's no breaks in between sets 3 and 4, and that, well, at the moment, if they continue as they are, Bunty could have it wrapped up in double quick time.
He could. Brand Bunting is
it
on
is
brand,
very
isn't
much.
it, tonight?
It is very much brand Bunting now. He's got his own merchandise line, and like I say, he's TikToking and YouTubing.
Have you got any Bunting pyjamas?
No.
We should have got producer Matt some for Christmas, shouldn't we?
I've got some of the Paddy Power pants.
No, I don't want it. No, too late.
I'll wear them on New Year's Day.
Okay.
Or I could come in my costume for tomorrow night, Adamant tomorrow night. No? Okay.
Do what you want, mate.
All right.
You normally do.
I might just rock up in the Adamant stripe across my face and everything.
Good man. Third set,
Stand and
Woodhouse.
deliver. Well, Bunting is here, isn't he?
He is. Look at that, right on cue. And Max, the Woodhouse soul
That's why we're the
under
best, pal.
siege.
That's why we're the best.
Well, we are award winning.
That we are.
Woodhouse here is wobbling. He just back down on the gum shield,
Yes.
do some hard yards,
Yeah.
take this as long as he can. Hope it'll turn round. Callum Ridge was on the verge of going 3-0 down earlier on. He won the match.
Well, if Bunting was called the Hurricane, Woodhouse would be hoping he would blow himself out, but I don't think that's going to happen.
137.
I don't think the sharpness will lead Bunting. He's a hard practicer nowadays, and he would have practiced sort of course and distance, so he could produce darts like this. Because he has been guilty in matches in the past of slightly fading, so he's put that right. Great response this.
Brilliant from Woodhouse, his first max, gets him down to 30, but Bunting 83 for a breaker throw. 2 180s in the leg, and he's not guaranteed to win it, Bunting. Single 17.
If he does win it, it's going to have to be on the ball.
Oh, like that. Wow.
Just like that.
Just what you want. Woodhouse fires in his first 180 to lead double 15, and he doesn't even get to have a look at it.
No, that was a beautiful 12-darter on the ball, and it was a smile from Luke as if to say, yep, I know. Special leg of darts from both players there. There's Bunty, 2 sets up and a leg up. If you're just joining us, starts leg 2 of set 3 with a steady away ton.
Woodhouse has only picked up 1 leg so far. Only had 5 shots at the double. And 2 of those were in the opening leg.
Plenty of these in here tonight will be legless.
Oh, please drink responsibly, as John McDonald always says, and I think sometimes it might fall on deaf ears if we're honest, but it has been a good spirited crowd. They were a little bit mean to Robert Owen earlier on, but
yeah, tonight I think they're lovely tonight.
59.
As you can hear, they are actually watching the darts incredibly.
yeah, I'm not so sure Ryan Joyce will be the favourite of the fans later on. I don't think he'll be booed, but
No.
an intriguing match to come tonight.
Yeah, that final match I will be on I will have it on in the car on the way home. It will keep me thoroughly entertained, and I hope it keeps me entertained for about an hour and a half.
I was going to say, you're up in 7 sets and 11 legs in the last set. Well, Bunting needs 1-2-1. The shot is actually still on. He's hit the treble 18. He hit single 17.
Doesn't need to go for the ball.
He's going for the ball. Come on, Bunty, deliver! Not quite.
Yeah, Woodhouse back on 2-5-2, and I think well, he wanted it to go back-to-back 12s, didn't he? That's what he's thinking about. He's left 33. He'll come back 1 double 16, and still now Woodhouse still on 198.
It should be mandatory. If you set up the ball, you should have to go for it.
I agree.
You know my thoughts. Double 16 to tidy it up. We'll be back. Only 1 dart left. Doesn't tidy it up on this occasion. A scratch of the Bunting head as he goes to collect his darts. Woodhouse 198, wishing he was a bit closer.
Yes. He will be a bit closer, but not very much.
96.
Down to 102. Bunty, who's 7 from 17. Woodhouse has only had 5 darts at a double. Tidies up.
I think the problem that Woodhouse has had is that the 3 times Bunting has missed multiple darts for the leg, he hasn't been able to step in.
Hasn't been close enough, and when he has been close enough, Bunty's not missed.
Game on.
How's your luck? You miss when I'm not on a shot.
Yeah, Woodhouse in the red bit, looking for a max to kick off the 3rd leg. Well, 1-4-1 will do. He's 2 sets to 0 down, 2 legs to 0 down on talkSPORT 2.
Yeah, and there's no break here, so momentum will be with Stephen Bunting, and Woodhouse won't have a chance to regroup. He's going to be straight back under it. And Bunty will have the throw in set 4, so the news doesn't get any better for Luke.
No, and he just hit big 5, and he just said to himself, what are you doing here? It's not quite been Pietreczko-esque so far, but it's the same outcome at the moment.
Yeah, he's averaging over 92, and Pietreczko was down in the 70s for a lot of that today. It was a hard watch. No one wants to see a player go through that.
No, and he's struggling a little bit, Woodhouse here. Made his way through to the last 16, an achievement in itself, but when you're here, you want to play well and you want to win.
Oh, everybody wants to be in post-Christmas, and then once you've done that, you want to be in for New Year, because then you know you're in the real business end of the tournament where dreams can come true.
Look, Woodhouse is sweating. He just wipes his eyes here.
Yeah, and that's another thing that you have to contend with. When it's not going your way and the pressure starts to build, there's elements of disappointment. You do sweat more, and you feel it. You feel it physically and mentally.
Element of panic, maybe?
Yeah, exactly that. You literally are like, well, why is this happening? I can assure you, we wouldn't have been playing like this in the couple of hours build-up whilst practicing and going through some routines. He would have been feeling, right, I'm going to give Bunty some game tonight.
He may yet still do, but the signs are that this is getting out of hand quickly. Bunting down to 165. It's a non-finish. Woodhouse with the darts on 2-8. It's treble 18. Can he get another one of those? Will be very useful. Awful deflection into the 4. Couldn't have been any more unkind. 165 is a non-finish for Bunting here, but he'll want to make a big hole in it for sure.
He loves double 16, and he's opted to start on the 20s, where he could have started on the 19s, 7 of them.
3-3.
Yeah, left 32.
I'm catching up, Chris. I'm catching up.
Very good.
Here is Woodhouse for the 150. He's down there. Now then, double 18 for a 150 out. Now that's some way to win your first leg of the 3rd set. I don't know if that kick-starts him or adds to his anger that he's got it. He just can't find it, but he found it then, all right.
Superb. Well, that's where that match treble, or king of the hockey, whatever you want to call it, that's where that bet can, well, be your undoing.
Yes, it is. It's always the risk, because the guy you're betting against only got to win 1 leg if he checks out.
And a lot of the time, if you fancy the other guy strongly, the opponent's going to be left on big finishes, and in the red bit.
100.
The ton gets him down to 304. Woodhouse on 455. Bunting throwing for the 3rd set. Can Woodhouse engineer an opening here? 80 scored. Another one, he's back in the leg. He's back in the leg here. And that 150 out is just a shot to Bunting that in set play you might feel you're a mile ahead, but I'm only a couple of legs behind.
Yeah, Bunty's got to be a bit careful.
134.
Because, like you say, you can soon get back in set play really quickly. And you feel pressurized in set play. With the leg play, you know where you are. You get a 4 or 5 leg cushion, you can almost try and control it. I've seen it with Gezi when he went 3-0 up and then played so defensively.
80 scored. Went for the ball to leave top. 65 remaining. Woodhouse again is not close enough where he can put any kind of pressure on here. He's going to leave an out though.
99.
Albeit it's Shanghai, 120. This for the third set then, to move within one of a place here on New Year's Day. Audible and tops, or is it the bulls? It'll be 7. Well, it's 3 for double 6. Double 6 for the set. 53. Why is it? Right, Woodhouse
bends the wire. Right, he's taken out 150 to make it 2-1. He wants 120 for 2-2 in set 3. He's 2 sets to love down. It's a 20 that is a complete blocker. Yeah, single one. He tried to work around it. This is what he's being forced into producing.
Double 6, take 2 for a 3-0 lead. Stephen Bunting. In the middle. Woodhouse shakes his head. He had half a chance, but he wasn't able to take it. And it's 3 sets to 0 in 4. And Bunting potentially 3 legs away from a place here back on New Year's Day.
Yeah, more bad news for Luke Woodhouse. Bunty has the darts in his set. 3 holes to throw, and it's all over at 4 sets to 0. 20 darts at a double, Stephen Bunting. This is how dominant this has been. He's had 20 darts at a double. Woodhouse only 6. But this is a situation where you may see Woodhouse go, right, well, a bad night at the office. It is what, start to relax, and then big numbers. It usually happens.
Potentially, he's only still had, and what we know, we're 11 legs in, he's only had 6 darts at a double, Luke Woodhouse.
58.
And that is just not enough.
Everything else is, you know, is it the 1-180s, is it 10 140s to Bunting's 9? But the big issue he has is the troublous visits, and Bunty doing things like that.
Another max 5th for the bullet. Woodhouse looking for 133 minimum. Is it 2 treble 19s? Make that 3. Nice visit. Won't go in the max column, but it's as good as. Bunting 161.
Yeah, that 171 has taken Woodhouse down to a very achievable 132. Bunty should be. Does go ball, leaves 96.
Champagne shot incoming. Out of ball hit, treble 19. No, would have left him the ball. 64. Couldn't find it. So Bunting to hold needs 96. Not a foregone conclusion, this.
Has done it within that combination of the 1-2-1, the treble 20 double 18. He loves that little switch across. Oh, that's so close. It's treble 1 though. 19. So Luke will be back
36.
with an opportunity to break throw in leg 1 of set 4. He trails 3 sets to
16 for double 16, Knight for tops. Tops then to break throw at the start of the 4th set.
I don't think he meant it. That
I think that was for 16, wasn't it?
Because he knew that initial dart at the 20 was an awkward one, and he just overpitched it into the 8. So 60 for Bunting. He's got the same issue. He's having to move. He doesn't make the adjustment. It's close.
No cigar.
Ragged.
So opportunities for both players here. Tops for Woodhouse, becomes double 10. Oh, that's an inch away. That is an inch away. Double 5, biggest dart of the night for him, and he's a mile away. Well, he's called sometimes the shed. Woodhouse shed. His head's a shed at the minute, isn't it?
His head is in the shed. Yeah, it's tough going for him. Bunty steps up, holds in 19. He's now 2 away as his son Toby celebrates with a replica shirt of his dad's. He's a happy boy.
He is.
So's his dad.
He's like a mini me, but just got more hair than his dad.
For now.
1-0, he's 2 away, Bunting. Averaging just over 96.
59.
Woodhouse from his 4 darts at doubles last leg. Time is running out here quite quickly. He's in the red bit here though, looking to hold his throw.
140.
Don't forget, not quite with our latest episode of Aces and Arrows. That was recorded this morning and is now on the talkSPORT YouTube channel in its entirety.
Another match, 6th of the night for Bunting. He's down to 2.62. Woodhouse on throw 2.65, so he's down on the 19s. 5 of them required. He's hit 2 singles. He's got to hit a treble here. Is he going to come back upstairs? He does, take 98. So that was the only other way he could have gone. He's left 167. Bunting.
117.
Brilliant visit after a poor first start. 167 hold throw for Woodhouse.
Single 20. Picks off the treble 19. 90 left. Just misses treble 18 to leave 36. But unless Bunting can produce a 145, Woodhouse will be back at 72. He's hit 57. Oh, he just missed the 48 for tops.
85.
60 remaining. Woodhouse 72. To hold throw. 3-0 down. Single 16. And again, tops it is for 1-1 in the 4th set. And again, he falls short of the target. It's not happening for Woodhouse at the moment. Shakes his head. There's a big opportunity as Bunting hits the single 20. Just wires tops, double 10, wires that as well. So Bunting's missed a couple recently.
Couldn't be any closer. They remind me of Gezi Price's attempts on shots like that. They're just clipping wires instead of going in. That's a great guide for Woodhouse. He gets it. So everything going with throw so far in this full set. You are just joining us, welcome along. Bunting 3-0 up in a race to 4 sets, and it's 1-all in set 4. Averages Bunting 96.8, 89.7, so the level of performance from Luke Woodhouse has most definitely dropped off.
134.
If he can get 1 set on the board, then he's a chance. But he's got to win this set against the Bunting throw. He's got to break either here, then hold,
57.
and if we get to a 5th leg, he would have to break there.
Yeah, Stephen seems to have just lost a bit of focus since getting into this full set and 3-0 up.
100.
Winning line still some way away, Mr. Bunting.
It is. And on his own throw here, he's behind. 3-4-4 plays 2-6-7, and he's at the hockey, and he's only got 40 points. So the darts have been taken by Woodhouse. Every miraculous comeback starts somewhere, and it needs to start pretty much now for Woody.
What is it the Americans say? Setbacks pave the way for getbacks.
Well, he's had a few setbacks.
He has.
He just needs one big get back.
And it would be big. 2-8-4. Single 20, treble 20. Needs another one. Gets it down to 1-4-4. Woodhouse wants 170. He's already had a 150.
Yeah. Can he
one
do
of the
it?
3 legs he's won.
Yeah, just resets himself at the hockey. Falls again short of the target. Hits treble 19. 96 score to Bunting to hold and go within 1. Leads 3 sets to 0. In set 4 he needs 1-4-4. This is quite straightforward, but he can't find the treble, so Woodhouse is going to get a chance.
100.
Ton for Bunting.
Yeah, he's left 44 just in case Woodhouse can't convert on 74. He's hit the 14, just missed the treble. Gets the 20, needs tops and needs it desperately.
54.
Caught the fight on the way through. Took the energy out of the dart, so it ended up low.
44 for Bunting. I can tell you, we mentioned that Toon accumulator over on talkSPORT right now. Alexander Isak's put them in front, and Bunting is now 1 away. 12 double 16, and Woodhouse had an opportunity and didn't take it. So talkSPORT right now, Manchester United 0, Newcastle 1. Alexander Isak, whose form at the moment is through the roof, he's got the goal. You can follow it with Adrian, Sam and Danny Murphy over on talkSPORT right now if you've got the app.
So the Toon Lucky 15 is currently 3 from 3.
It is.
As it stands in running.
No pressure, Ryan Joyce. That was the easiest leg of the 4, of course. Both open up with 140s here. Woodhouse is throwing the championship. 3-0 down, 2 legs to 1 down. Only 60. Can Bunting pounce here? He'll want it done as soon as he can. I'll always tell you, they don't get paid overtime, these lads. Get the job done and get yourself off back to the hotel. Woodhouse not done. He's got 6 darts, 301. Needs 2 trebles. There's one of them. One gives him a finish. Not quite.
Yeah, just a ton, down to 201. Bunting, 261 points away from a place in this year's, well, it'll be next year's quarterfinals. 2 treble 20s.
140.
Well, the match didn't start with a 121 out, but it certainly won him the first set. Can it win him the match?
45.
You wouldn't bet against it. Woodhouse is left 156. He's hoping here.
Well, Bunty will want to go bull, treble 13, double 16.
Out of bull, treble 20. Gets it right in the middle. Double 18 for the match and a place in the quarterfinals. A match start has been and gone.
Luke, you require 156.
Can he trump the 150?
No, sir. Single, treble, treble. Leaves 16. But that might be as far as it goes for Luke Woodhouse in this World Championship. The bullet requires double 18 for a place in the quarterfinals on New Year's Day against Peter Wright. Why is it on the outside? A good marker for sure, it is. And Stephen Bunting blasts Luke Woodhouse out of the PDC World Darts Championship. It's a 4-1 victory, a demolition job from the bullet. Average is just under 97, 6 180s, 41% on the doubles for Woodhouse. Well, it never really got going. He missed 2 darts in the opening leg on his own throw. He lost the first set without reply and only won 3 of the 15 legs played to the finish. Bunting is through. It is an impressive performance from the bullet. No nonsense. He will be back on New Year's Day and it'll take time former world champion Peter Wright. Chris Mason, your thoughts on Stephen Bunting's performance tonight?
Yeah, I thought he was fabulous from start to finish. Started off steady, then won the set with a 12 darter, a set average of 98.02. Started set 2 with a max, a 14 darter, a 16 darter, a 180, a 13 darter for 101.59, and really the damage was done there. And there was a key leg in leg 1 of set 3 where they both hit 180s. In fact, Bunty at 2. He hit his 180 to leave 30. Bunty wanted 83 and went out on the ball for a 12 dart break of throw. On in, it wasn't when he was. It wasn't if he was going to win. It was when, by what scoreline. But listen, loads of praise on Luke Woodhouse. It's been a wonderful tournament. He has played 3 matches. He's got 3 victories to get to this stage. And listen, that one win over Heta can't be ignored. Didn't quite happen for him in this match, and that can happen. We've seen it with Ricardo Pietrezco today, and that's just darts.
It is. Wasn't to be tonight for Luke Woodhouse, but Stephen Bunting is the 6th name through to the final 8 here. Don't forget, if you head over to the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page, we've got interviews with the players and darts content from across the talkSPORT network, along with our live commentaries, and that's to the new Top Trumps Darts Legends game. You'll hear from Stephen Bunting over there pretty shortly as well. And if you stay there on talkSPORT 2, which I'm sure you are, still to come tonight, Michael van Gerwen against Jeffrey de Graaf and Luke Littler. Enjoy. So over on talkSPORT right now, Newcastle lead at Old Trafford by a 1-0. But here at the Palace, it's time to go Bunting mental, because Steve Bunting is through. He has blitzed Luke Woodhouse by 4-0, and he will take on Peter Wright here on New Year's Day. Bunting is through. Up next, it's Michael van Gerwen against Jeffrey de Graaf.